Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where we turn big emotions into fun and hands on learning moments. Today we're diving into a very fun craft. It's a brain themed craft to help kids recognize their emotions and deal with their emotions like anger in a creative and empowering way. Because let's face it, sometimes kids don't have or don't understand many ways that they can manage their emotions. We have to model this behavior. We have to teach them how to manage their emotions, and we have to normalize having emotions and feeling emotions are normal. So that's basically what we have to do to help them thrive as they grow as well. So uh, what you'll need for this is just the craft. So you'll need the template, which is the craft that you can see, the template, the brain themed template. And you would also need the cutouts because the cutouts are what make the activity. You can create your own. You can actually draw some of those on the side. You can create your own, or you can get them through the template, which it helps because the kids can see the images, they can relate to the images, and they can create their own craft in this way. So as you can see, you're just cutting out the elements. So the idea here is that the kids basically they cut out what makes them feel angry and paste that on one side of the craft. And then they cut out what they can do to help them manage that anger. For example, if they feel frustrated because they don't have their toy, someone took their toy, they can put on the other side, they can actually paste another thing they can do on the side that helps them manage that anger. For example, they can say, I can read a book, I can read my favorite book, or I can share that toy, or I can find that toy, maybe play with another toy. So it's just basically giving them this autonomy in trying to pick a positive behavior for something that they want to do, for example. And this craft, I've used it so many times. You can differentiate it, you can add it to morning work. You can have them do it in their notebooks. They can refer back to it. I find that they really relate to it because they can go back to it and go, oh, this is how I feel right now. So I'm going to go back to what I did, what I did back there, because it associates positive behavior. So it associates. So when you do something, when humans do something and they feel good about it, they're more likely to come back and do it again. So this is the entire idea. We want to try and make them feel good in that instance when they feel bad, so they can come back to do the same thing in the future. It's hard for adults as well, not just kids. So this is why we need to, just get a bit more creative with kids. So anyway, as you can see here, we're just pasting what makes me angry on one side, and then what I can do to calm down on the other side. So you've got, two ways to kind of introduce this activity. If you find that your kids are younger, they can't, for example, cut out properly, do the circles and that. I don't necessarily try to emphasize that, because the entire idea of this craft is to teach them the emotions, to teach them how to calm down. I don't really emphasize cut the circle. If they cut it as a square, or if they cut it, diagonally, whatever it is, I don't really emphasize that too much. I just want them to understand what the picture is showing, or I want them to understand what, for example, the prompt is, on the side. If you don't want to, for example, if they're younger, you can have them draw their calming techniques instead of the prompts, because they're younger. Let's face it, they're not going to really understand reading their prompts. So you can have them draw. If they like to read, they can draw, on the circle, they can draw themselves reading or whatever it is. They can understand it because they're the ones that drew it. So if you don't understand it, it doesn't necessarily make it bad. So you want them to understand what they've done as well. So there's plenty of ways you can use this and differentiate it. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and more to come for sure.